What is going on, guys? Jason Burke here, Styles Clash for Life, coming at you on YouTube, and tonight I've got some football focus. Last year I did this segment on the channel for the past 2 seasons. I've done a segment on the channel where I do Should the Pittsburgh Steelers Draft? We are getting now about a month away from the NFL Draft. I have not yet brought you guys my mock draft videos. I'll bring you guys a video where I do like 3 different mock drafts, and I go over all the potential scenarios Pittsburgh could and should go after in the draft coming up. If you guys want free agency coverage, talking about all the guys that we signed and all the guys that we lost and what we still need, those videos are all on this channel previously. But I'm going to do a short section where like once or twice a week, I'll break down potential people that could be there when Pittsburgh is picking at 21. People that are in the rumors, people that fit kind of Pittsburgh's biggest needs, and potential people that Pittsburgh could draft around the 21 spot that everyone's talking about, and see kind of if it's worth drafting them. I'm going to go over their stats, go over their position at their kind of where they rank at their position, and see if it's worth drafting them when we get to 21 if they happen to be there. Now, I think we can all agree that Pittsburgh's 3 biggest needs right now are obviously defensive tackle, running back, and quarterback. Those are the 3 big things. We've got Mason at quarterback. We're prepared to start him if we have to. Aaron Rodgers is still undecided as of yet. There's rumors that he's going to be announcing something in the next couple weeks, but who knows? So we could wind up with Rodgers, and that would take the need for this season away. But we still have to get younger at quarterback either way for the future. Running back wise, we do have Jaylen Warren. He's been our best running back for the past 2 seasons. He's been a 1A, 1B with Najee. Najee's gone now. We did sign Kenneth Gainwell as well as like a scat back, wide receiving back to be the backup. So we do have 2 running backs, but I don't think Gainwell's going to get a ton of playing time, and I don't know if Jaylen Warren is the guy that's going to be your clear bona fide number 1. I don't think he's an every down franchise back. I think he's a very good piece with another back like Najee when he was here. And then obviously at D-tackle, we did lose one of our linemen, Larry Ogunjobi. Sorry for the plane in the background. We lost Larry Ogunjobi this offseason. The talk is to move Keanu Benton to the other side. So you've got Cam and Benton playing defensive ends, and you want to get a big run-stuffing, pressure-giving D-tackle to kind of shore up and make the line younger. So I think, in my opinion, again, this is going to be a my opinion video where I break the person down and tell you guys kind of what I think about the draft stock. So again, prioritizing defensive tackle is number 1. That to me is the biggest need, because that is the one space that we don't currently have somebody on the roster that can start there for the long term. In terms of it just like consistently a couple games in the next season. Mason, if he has to, can play there. Aaron Rodgers may just be an option. Running back wise, Jaylen Warren can be our starter. Gainwell can be our backup if we have to. But I think D-tackle, I don't think Montravis Adams can be a starter for multiple games unless there's an injury. I think you have to have a new guy coming in to start at D-tackle. So that's my number 1. That's kind of where I base this video around. This video in particular, though, that I'm talking about the first prospect that people have talked about and asked us, could they be there at 21 and should we draft them, is North Carolina's Omarion Hampton. By all accounts, for most people, he is the number 2 running back in this draft and the only other running back besides Ashton Jeanty that could go in the first round. Running backs don't usually go in the first round. There's rumors there could be 2. Jeanty is obviously going to go in the first round and probably going to go well before 21. There's rumors of the Raiders taking him. I think he's not going to drop any lower than like 12. He's going to be the highest taken running back in a while, and I think it's clear that he is going to be not only a first-round running back, but taken well before we get the chance to. And I don't think it's worth trading up. We already don't have a second-round pick that went to DK Metcalf. I don't think trading up for somebody is the move. I think if you're going to get a running back in the first round, it would be the other guy that could go in the first round, Omarion Hampton. Now, he is not number 2 as running back on my personal board. But let's go over his stats in North Carolina first and let you guys decide for yourselves. Because like I said, most people have him as the second best guy behind Jeanty at running back. He played 3 seasons at North Carolina, 38 games in total. In those 38 games in college over 3 seasons, he has 622 carries for 3,565 yards. That is 5.7 yards per carry and 36 rushing touchdowns. He has also added 73 catches for 635 yards and 4 touchdowns as a receiving back. So those are his stats at Carolina. First season didn't play a whole ton, didn't produce a whole ton, but the last 2 years he's really blown up. And he's got a lot of good attributes. I can see why he's a potential first-round running back. Me saying he's not number 2 on my board is not a slight to him, but it is a boon to how good this running back class is. We have a running back class this year that, in my opinion, there are 6 people that are worthy of going in the first round. They're not going to. I think only 2 will. I think Hampton and Genty will. But personally, I think there are 6 potential running backs that could be kind of first-round level kind of talents. Guys that could produce this year as potential first-round guys. Some of which are not going to go until the 3rd or 4th round. That's the way the running backs fall in these drafts. But I think it is the deepest and best running back class we have seen in several years in the NFL. And here's the way that I rank my running back class. I went through, and you guys are really going to disagree on one of these guys because they fall in a lot. But here is the way I rank my top 6, those guys that I think are first-round worthy talents. Here's my personal ranking, just my opinion. Number 1, Ashton Genty. Number 2, Trevion Henderson. Number 3, Caleb Johnson. Number 4, Omarion Hampton. I've got him at 4. I know that's low and lower than everybody else does, but stay with me here. Omarion Hampton at 4, Cam Scatterbo at 5, Quinshon Judkins at 6. And again, that's not a shot at Judkins. I just was really impressed with Scatterbo's tape. I know it's a short sample size, but he played big in big games. He ran really hard. He had Steelers-style football. He's a scheme fit. He's a bulldozer. He's a tackle breaker. I just like Scatterbo a lot. But everyone from Genty to Judkins, all 6 of those guys are worthy of drafting, in my opinion, especially for the Steelers, who could use somebody, and they've all got different attributes that I love. Trevion Henderson, to me, is the most Steeler back on this list. He's willing to block. He's probably the best receiving back on this entire list. He feels the most seasoned and patient out of the 6 people on this list for my first-round quality backs. He's fast. He's got a burst. He can block. He can receive. He can run through tackles. He's just got so much. And I know that Caleb Johnson's stock has kind of been falling a little bit because he ran so slowly at the combine. I think he was like a low 4.5 or a high 4.6. So he's being called super slow. I think he plays smaller than he looks in a positive way, and he plays faster than he tests on the field. So I think he runs faster on field than he did during the testing. Was a big fan of him breaking away and showing some explosiveness in the open field and ability to make cuts. I love guys that finish run strong, and I love guys that break tackles, and I love guys that can make moves in the open field. And a lot of these guys have that. That being said, even though I've got Hampton at 4, which mostly is just saying how much I really enjoy Henderson and Johnson, to be honest with you, I would not draft Hampton at 21. Now, if it winds up happening, I'm not going to be angry about it. He is a first-round talent to me, and we need a running back, so I'm not going to hate the move. I do think he is a little lower in this class than some others do, and I think, again, this comes down to there are 6 running backs that are first-round worthy to me, and there's going to be some guys that are there in the 3rd round. Scatterbo, I think, is going to be there in the 3rd round. Caleb Johnson could be there in the 3rd round when Pittsburgh picks again. Now, if there's only, in my opinion, 4 first-round defensive tackles. There's 4 different. There's Harmon from Oregon. There is obviously the 2 Michigan guys. The one is going in the first 6 picks, and then Kenneth Grant and Walter Nolan. I want Kenneth Grant more than anybody else. Walter Nolan right behind him. Grant is the number 2 tackle in my opinion. Nolan is the 3. If we can't get one of those 2 guys, those are my dream picks for 21. I would not mind getting Harmon from Oregon either. He's the number 4 tackle in this draft in my opinion. But those 4 are first round tackles. If for some reason Kenneth Grant or Walter Nolan's available at 21, I think you have to take them over any of these running backs in my opinion. Even if Genty were to fall. I know that's crazy because Genty's so good. But I think you have to go Kenneth Grant first, Walter Nolan second if they're available. Now, if all 4 of these guys are available and you want to trade back a little bit, you want to go back from 21 to 26, 27, you want to go back 6 or 7 spots because you know you can get a tackle in the first round and prioritize that and get back into the 2nd round and get a mid-second round pick out of it to recoup the DK Metcalf pick. And now you can take your 2nd round pick and pull one of these running backs. Hampton going at like 53 would be even better value and would fill 2 roles instead of just running back and risking losing the D tackles. So again, Hampton, very good running back. Wouldn't hate the pick, but I wouldn't prioritize that pick at 21 unless all 4 of the D tackles are gone. And if all 4 of the big tackles are gone, I would trade back 6, 7 spots, try and get back into the second round so you could really prioritize getting another solid D tackle later, but getting a running back or quarterback first. So Hampton, very good. Not as good to me as he is to some others. Worthy of a pick if we get him, but I would rather go D tackle in this draft. So my answer is no. What do you guys think? Would you draft Omarion Hampton? Where does he rank in your running back list? Do I have him too low at 4? I think a lot of you guys are going to say yes. What do you think about Hampton and the other 5 guys I put on this list? And would you draft Hampton at 21 if he's there, or would you prioritize somebody else? What are the qualifications for you? Tell me in the comments down below. Please like, share, and subscribe to these Pittsburgh Steelers deep dives. Check out the review I just posted on the Monkey on this channel that's going to be up a few days before this video. And then come back and tell me who else I should do a profile on. Give me some guys that I should do stats and rankings on that could be there at 21 that you think we should pick or possibly could pick. Give me those guys so I can make more videos, and I'll see you guys soon. Go Steelers.